All right. It's almost time, hopefully. Um, Unless I pull up Wowhead right now and it says that it's extended again. Um, um, okay, there we go. Yep, nothing yet. So 43 minutes. 43 minutes. Maybe I should take
There we go.
this time to...
Yep, nothing yet.
Well,
So,
there's a cat attacking. 43 minutes.
Stitches over
43 minutes. And I forgot to mute that, so that's cool. Maybe I should spend now figuring out how to get like text on the screen, you know? We're gonna do that. Image text. Uh, let's see. That is massive. Where do I change the size? I just do this. Wow. I'm learning. I'm learning. I want it to snap. Nice. Wow, I've learned something. Amazing. Learned something about streaming. So, what we're gonna do until it goes live, I'm like constantly refreshing and updating. Um, so we'll be good. We're gonna take a look at this. Dude, why are there ads? I literally have Wowhead Premium. Don't I? Pretty sure. No, it ran out. Damn. Damn. Ew, like, I don't want to see that. Ad block, where you at? It blocked 52 on this page? No way. Wait, what was that? Settings? No, don't allow some intrusive advertising. Gross. Okay, now I lost the page that I was at. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do until it actually goes live. So I am gonna launch WoW. Okay, not yet. Patience. I think they announced that they were extending it last time when there was 30 minutes before it was supposed to drop. So there is still a chance that in like 10 minutes they say, hey, come back tomorrow. But what we're gonna do is take a look at the changes to Feral, which I have not looked at somehow. So I should probably find that link too. War Within, raids, catch up feeling. Class changes. Can we see class changes on here? Class changes. Yeah, I guess I should just look at the update notes. But what I was gonna do is, because we're still waiting, double checking. Always double checking. Triple checking, quadruple checking. We're logging in immediately. 37 minutes. Yeah, let's look at the let's look at the class changes. Classes. So Druid. All talent trees have had many talents move locations or had their pathing updated. So we got new talents on the Druid tree, which is why we're looking at this. Because I have not looked at this yet. Okay. Yeah, I've not looked at this yet. So I do want to go through this and figure out what I'm going to be doing. Absolutely sucks. Rip Astral Influence. No longer a mid-range cat. So that sucks. But obviously we take Thrash and increase movement speed, and then we go here, right? And then I think it'll be down the balance side, because you are going to want renewal, and then rising light, falling night. Take wild charge, added fur, Probably Ursine Vigor. Skill Bash, of course. Primal Fury, of course. What's nice is that Remove Corruption is now over here, so you can actually get it without having to put 3 points in. It's ridiculous that was even a thing in the first place. You probably take Astral Influence, even though it's not as good anymore. Oh yeah, you definitely take it. Probably for Convoke, I would say. Maybe you don't. I don't know. We're gonna have to mess with that, or just look at a guide or something. Probably Thick Hide, yeah. And then we take Ursul's Soothe, Stampeding Roar. We need like one more, I think. Maybe Natural Recovery. I think right now you go Stamina in bear form is increased by 10%. Like, shifting into bear form is just not something we do super often. So you're able to keep yourself at like max health pretty easily. But I mean, you go down. Yeah, okay, let's do this for now. Let's just put it into Frenzied Regen, and then we can go like Kara's teachings. Shred and Rake can be used in any form and shift you into cat form. Mangle can be used in any form and shifts you into bear form. Wrath and Starfire shift you into Moonkin form if known. Oh. Oh. I see what they've done. I see. So they're really like wanting you to shift into bear form by giving you these options, so you don't have to waste a GCD. So you know what this does? More buttons on your bars. Hooray! Giroud needs that for sure. Shred blue. What are the new ones? So we got Oak Skin. Where is that? Over here. Additional 10%. Fluid form. Ursoc Spirit, which you would take if you actually are shifting. It's right there. Instincts of the Claw. Shred, Swipe, Rake, Mangle, and Thrash increase damage. So that's like, you have to take that, right? And then, I mean, you probably take a Stun or Incap Roar, whichever one. Well-Honed Instincts. Oak Skin is a maybe, because you still have to go. You still have to. Windfire and Sunfire damage increased by 5%. Rejuvenation and Wild Growth healing. Yeah. So at least you're getting the healing out of that. And then you take Innervate and Nature's Vigil. And then you need. I mean, I don't take Heart of the Wild ever. So we have one more point. And so this is like actually a pretty important decision as to where to put this. So I would say that most likely you go into Oak Skin. And then I don't. Frenzied Regen is a tough one, because it's really if you're shifting into bear form, which is a big if. So if we if we like let's try and do a version of this where let's read the rest of this first. Wrath, Star Surge, and Starfire damage increased by 5%. For non-balanced, Star Surge's cooldown is reduced by 4 seconds and mana cost is reduced by 50. Improved Swipe has been removed from the talent tree. Benefit is added to swipe by default. Moon conform has been removed for the talent tree. Yeah, that's smart. That's literally it should be on the talent tree. It's the only form that's on the talent tree. It doesn't make any sense. Swiftmen has been removed. Heart of the Wild now reduces the global cooldown of affected balance cast time spells. Interesting. Interesting. So, like, that was the problem with Heart of the Wild. Is that you're playing, like, I don't know, it felt kind of clunky. Because you're, like, playing super fast, you know, you're playing, like, feral and, like, biting all the time and stuff. And then you sit there and cast for 7 years. Feline swiftness now increases movement speed by 15%. One-point talent. Smart. It should have never been a 2-point talent. %. One-point talent. Smart. It should have never been a... I think my mic is kind of messed up a little bit, so I'm gonna try and mess with it and listen to it and fix it. So it looks like, so the feral tree changed too, which it doesn't look like it did, which is weird, right? So Tiger's Fury, Coiled to Spring, that's new. If you generate a combo point in excess of what you can store, your next ferocious bite or primal wrath does 10% increased direct damage. Okay. You take Omen. Predator's moved, right? Maybe it's not. No, I'm thinking of Sudden Ambush. This is just, I'm just gonna follow like what I would normally do. Apply the bleed damage over time from Thresh. Shred and swipe. Apply the bleed damage over time from Thresh. No, you take Thresh because you're playing Blood Talons, right? Savage Fury, Predatory Swiftness, Raging Fury, Survival Instincts, Berserk, and then you get all your Berserk shit. Rampant Ferocity, Dreadful Bleeding, Brutal Slash, probably Double Clawed Rake. Probably Double Clawed Rake. Frantic Momentum. Convoke. We need Blood Talons, Feral Frenzy, Carnivorous Instinct. How many points we got left? 4. We take either Vein Ripper or Rip and Tear. It's kind of changed. I think Rip and Tear probably though. Apex Predators. And then 2 more. Well, oh yeah. You need Taste for Blood. So perfect. There you go. That's what I would say, right? Problem is Soul of the Force is also pretty integral. you could get rid of Carnivorous Instinct. But Carnivorous Instinct is still pretty huge. And go Soul of the Forest. Let's see what Wowhead says. Not that that is the most accurate depiction of, you know, correct talents. First, let's see if the servers are up. No. So, the Wowhead post says, yeah, Mythic Plus, you take I guess they're not taking Coil to Spring, which is interesting. And I take Circle of Life and Death instead. Coil to Spring. So I guess what it is, right, is you only need to spend, here, let me reset it. You only need to spend like as soon as this row unlocks, like you're not spending anything else up here, you know, because the points are better put down here. If you're spending excess points in the top, it's definitely not what you want to be doing. And so obviously the 3 talents you're going to not take are the 2 energy, you know, increases, and then this, which is new. But I do probably want to mess around with it and see. I mean, obviously this is for Mythic Plus, because for Raid, like you don't take Primal Wrath, and then you would take the energy instead. So it's actually pretty clear. It's actually pretty clear. Yeah, this is, oh, wait. I screwed up. How do I do this? Copy. Paste. There we go. Pre-patch in 40 minutes. It's not 40 minutes anymore, so I should probably change the... It's 20 minutes now. So, yeah, just looking at class stuff until... okay, the fact that this is not... like, centered. How do I change that? It's bothering me. Alignment, center. Okay, good. Pre-patch in 20 minutes. I'm learning how to do stuff and put stuff on the screen. It's amazing. So... okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. So just looking at class changes, spec changes. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, just taking a look at the talent trees, because I really haven't looked at it till now. It's interesting. We're gonna have to mess around with some of the feral stuff. And obviously feral is the best spec, so you know, I bet everybody's talking about the feral talents, and I bet a lot of people are, you know, keeping their eye on the feral talent specifically. I mean, obviously more people will be, you know, worried about the druid tree, which has vastly improved, I think. But it is interesting to see that they're trying to push you playing more shifty you know? So, like, let's finish this out. So this would be like a single target build, right? Taking all that. And then we would... We don't really need the Savage Fury. I think most of the time you don't take Savage Fury in a single target raid build because you take Tireless Energy. So, you go Sudden Ambush, Predatory Swiftness, and then your standard over here. You always want the Taste for Blood because it's just too good. Rampant Ferocity, Dreadful Bleeding, Brutal Slash. These are all like guaranteed, I feel. And then you get to Apex Predators, which is also huge. Same with Soul of the Forest. You take those, you take Convoke. And then... And I hate it. I hate it so much. I wish one of the changes was that they removed this piece of garbage talent. Not Feral Frenzy. Feral Frenzy is great. But... Oh. Yeah, why did I take Rampant Ferocity? You don't even have to. That's nice. Because the pathing here is different, I think. But, yeah, you don't need that for single target. So, like, then you would take Adaptive Swarm, which is the talent I'm talking about. Actual worst talent ever. I hate it so much. Get it out of here. Shadowlands Bees. Ew. I don't want that shit. But technically you do take that for single target. What I would probably do instead is take Ashman's Guidance. So you're just convoking more. And then if we look over here, right? If we try and do a build based around swapping into bear form. Uh-oh. Oh no. Damn it. Did they delay it again? Oh, they delayed it again. A travesty. Absolute travesty. Yep, 7 p.m. PDT. Oh no. No. This is gonna pain me to do. I have to go over here. That's crazy. Two hours. Two hours is a long ass time. Yeah, so I kind of hate it already. Honestly, this push for being a bear. I want to be a cat. That's why I'm playing feral, you know? I don't want to be a bear. If I wanted to be a bear, I'd play Guardian. A lot of these suggested builds don't even take Astral Influence anymore. which makes sense because it's not your melee range. Absolute travesty. I take Vortex and then Stampeding Roar and then Wild Charge and Interrupt and Primal Fury. Matted for Ursine's Vigor. For 4 seconds after shifting to bear form, your health and armor are increased by 15%. So I guess what that does is it basically makes you able to, you pretty much have like an extra cooldown. Defensive, like with bear form, with fluid form. Because you use Mangle once, and then you're shifted into bear form. Yeah, so this is what they say for like Mythic Plus on the Druid tree. And raid is like almost exactly the same. The only difference is, okay, that just ruined the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Wait, let's look at the hero talent. So for Pharaoh, right? I don't even really know this. Hey, Wowhead. Get on top of your shit, man. Why does it still say 13 minutes till pre-patch, Wowhead? Why is that? Yeah, I don't even really know. So we have Druid of the Claw or Wild Stalker. Aren't the Druid of the Claw the Worgen? Hmm. Druid's charged with Protection of Val'sharah. The Third War. Leah Stonepaw. Ursock. Gavin Shadewalker and Ashenville. Bliss Found in Darnassus. See, I wish. I wish that instead of Druid of the Claw or Wild Stalker, like class fantasy wise, I want to be a Druid of the Flame. You know? That would be badass. Badass. That's like basically the Druid equivalent of Shadow Priest. You know? Hey, Wowhead, it still says 10 minutes on the site, man. Oh, they posted it. Pre-patch extended maintenance until 7 p.m. PDT. Sad. Sad, sad. But yeah, I wish that, you know, where's Druid of the Flame as my hero talent? That's what I want. I want to be the anti-Druid. So, Druid of the Claw. Ravage. Druid of the Claw is for Bear and Feral, and Wild Stalker is for Resto and Feral. Yeah. So I do already think that Wild Stalker is, based on like the little bit that I've seen, um, okay. Yeah, let's read this. This is helpful. So Druid of the Claw very heavily leans into direct damage build and spend aspect of Feral. Keystone talent Ravage. Auto attacks have a chance to make your next ferocious bite become Ravage. Slash through your target in a wide arc, dealing attack power, physical damage to your target, and 80% attack power to all other enemies in front of you. Okay. So you're proccing Ravage. And it is a finishing move. God, it's a... I guess it's not a different button, because it's on the same button as Bite. Ravage also inflicts a bleed that causes 55% of attack power damage over 6 seconds and saps victim's strength, reducing damage they deal to you by 4%. Dreadful wounds not affected by Circle of Life and Death. If a dreadful wound benefiting from Tiger's Fury is reapplied, the new dreadful wounds deals damage as if Tiger's Fury was active. Okay, so snapshotting. Do they even say that for like... The fact that they don't say that for other abilities is crazy. Like they're specifying that for this new bleed, but like you're just supposed to figure that out for Feral. Your maximum energy and rage are increased by 20. Frenzied Regen also increases your maximum health by 10%. Wild Shape Mastery. Iron Fur and Frenzied Regeneration persist in cat form. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. When transforming from bear to cat form, you retain 80% of your bear form armor and health for 6 seconds. For 6 seconds after entering bear form, you heal for 10% of damage taken over 8 seconds. So really, really pushing actual shifting. Which I don't know how I feel about. Empowered shapeshifting. Frenzied regen can be cast in cat form for 40 energy. So, like, my issue with this is, like, this is just improving survivability. Feral doesn't need more survivability. Like, at all. Like, it's fine. You use regrowth, like, every 2 seconds, and you're good with your moment of clarity procs. Not moment of clarity. What am I talking about? Whatever the other one is that procs regrowth. It's just a passive that you start with, so it doesn't show up on here. But like, why? We have survival instincts. We have bark skin. Bark skin is super short cooldown. Survival instincts is like the oh shit button. Or for like really heavy damage, I mean, it's a 3-minute. You're regrowthing yourself all the time. We have Nature's Vigil to pop to heal everybody. We have Renewal. And then we also have Well-Honed Instincts, which is a free frenzied regen once every 100. So, like, the thing for me is, like, if you require a frenzied regen more than every 120 seconds, bro, stop standing in the fire. You know? Like, your health isn't going below 40%. You can heal yourself, and you are. Like, it's part of your rotation. So, like, you're not well-honed instincts saves you sometimes, but it's not like it's going off all the time. And so then, okay, on top of that, let's encourage you to shift into bear form. So you could stack iron fur with this and keep it in cat form. And then also, hey, guess what? You can cast frenzied regen in cat form. Huh? Also, why would you ever want to cast frenzied regen in cat form if you already are able to use mangle that shifts you into bear form, cast frenzied regen there, use rake that shifts you into cat form? Why would you spend 40 energy to cast frenzied regen in cat form? Because you could also like pop some iron fur when you're in bear form before you go back out. Like, it's beneficial to be in bear form for like a little bit. Like, you have buttons you can be pressing that are beneficial when you're in bear form. You don't have to, it's not like, okay, I shift into bear form like it is now. Like, you shift into bear form, hit frenzied regen, and immediately shift back into cat form. So I don't know why you would ever take empowered shapeshifting. Oh, bear form reduces magic damage you take by 4%. Shrake and brutal Shrake. What the hell is that? Shred and brutal slash/swipe damage increased by 3%. Mangle damage increased by 10%. Mangle? Am I stupid? What the hell is mangle? Oh, mangle's the bear ability. Yeah, duh. That's how that is a perfect testament to how little I am in bear form. I didn't even know that mangle was the bear form name of the main bear form ability. Sad. Or wild power surge, shred and brutal slash and swipe grant Ursine potential. When you have 8 stacks, next time you transform to bear form, your next mangle deals 200% increased damage, or your next swipe deals 50% increased damage. Either generates 15 extra rage. Oh. I don't know if I'm liking this. So you would take that for sure. During Berserk, Shred, Brutal Slash, and Thrash have a 25% chance to make your next ferocious bite become Ravage. So Ravage is really good. That's another bleed. That's cool. And it's an AoE bite. Which you kind of have from Rampant Ferocity. But this is just more. Ruthless Aggression. Ravage increases your auto attack speed by 20% for 6 seconds. So you're proccing Ravage. Ravage increases your agility by 5% and the armor granted by Ironfur by 20% for 8 seconds. First Tiger's Fury after entering combat makes your next ferocious bite become Ravage. Oh. So you get a guaranteed Ravage at the beginning of the fight. Every whatever the hell that means, seconds up to 8 additional seconds. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. What is it called? Aggravate wounds. Primal Wrath's direct damage increased by 50%. Oh, nice. Stampeding Roar and duration. Shred, Brutal Slash, Magnal's critical strike chance and critical strike damage are increased. Or the cooldown of Feral Frenzy is reduced by 5 seconds. Woohoo! Feral Frenzy. Making it 40 seconds is... I feel like you would take that because it's just persistent, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. So let's look at Wildstalker instead. Rip and Rake damage has a chance to cause Bloodseeker vines to grow on the victim, dealing 135% of attack power, bleed damage over 6 seconds. So another bleed. You're proccing vines. Both of these are you're proccing a new bleed. Wild Growth and Regrowth healing has a chance to cause symbiotic blooms to grow on the target, healing for 120% of spell power over 6 seconds. Multiple instances of these can overlap. So really, they're encouraging you to lean into either being a bear cat or being a cat tree. And I like cat tree because regrowth is great. Tiger's Fury and attacking from Prowl increases the chance for Shred, Rake, and Brutal Slash to critically strike by 8% for 6 seconds. Okay. Casting Regrowth increases the chances for your periodic heals to critically heal. So, I mean, it's just a lot more healing, right? Enemies pulled into Ursul's vortex are rooted in place for 3 seconds. During Barkskin, your movements... Okay, that's an immediate flower walk. Why would you ever take the other one? It's increased by 10%, and every second flowers grow beneath your feet that heal up to 3 nearby injured allies for 20% of spell power. That's amazing. I like that a lot. I actually like that a lot. Bloodseeker vines expire or you use Ferocious Bite on their target. They explode in thorns, dealing 70% of attack power, physical damage to nearby enemies, damage reduced above 5 targets. When they expire or you cast Rejuvenation on their are symbiotic blooms. So symbiotic blooms are the healing version. Yeah, I like that. So AoE damage off of that. Oh yeah, so you are getting you're putting damage plants on them and healing plants on yourself. This is actually potentially really cool because what you would want to do, I would imagine that what you would want to do is you're using regrowth on yourself, your regrowth procs on yourself, but then as soon as you get the symbiotic blooms, you know, you have those for the next 6 seconds. Oh, it says multiple instances of these can overlap. So never mind. If they couldn't, then you would have to switch targets and heal someone else and hope that they proc it. And then let Seeker Vines increase the damage your abilities deal to affected enemies by 5%. Increase the healing your spells do to affected targets by 20%. I wonder if that stacks. Rip and Ferocious Bite damage increased. Rejuvenation healing increased. Healing you receive is increased by 3%. Your regrowth healing to yourself is increased by 25%. Hmm. Feel like you just take that. Oh my gosh, my cat just sneezed and it scared me. Hello. Um, damage and healing wall and cat form increased. Moonfire and sunfire damage increased. So that kind of encourages you to take Lunar Inspiration, which we don't like that. Boo, Lunar Inspiration. When you remove an effect with Soothe or remove Corruption, interesting. You gain a combo point and heal for 4% of your maximum health. If you're at full health, an injured party. Wow, that's cool. I like that. Encouraging you to use Soothe more often. And in that case, you would definitely want to have remove corruption. Most likely all the time. So you would probably, oh, it's going to break the whole tree. You would probably do that. Yeah. You'd probably go with something like this. Yeah, and then you could because you're taking Rejuve, you could take improved bark skin, which is nice. It's actually really nice. And then you could also take Verdant Heart or Natural Recovery, either one. I'd say probably Natural Recovery because it's just baseline. And then you go over here, Nature. Oh, Forest Walk. I feel like I'm going to want to take Forest Walk because movement speed, any movement speed is just like, yes, take that immediately. And then you wouldn't be taking Fluid Form, so you could actually afford to do it. Oh. Shit. What could we get rid of? I mean, the obvious option is Forest Walk, because you need Well-Honed. I wouldn't want to sacrifice Mighty Bash ever. then with this, you're also not getting Typhoon. And I don't know. I mean, corrupting effects, curse and poison. Like, I feel like there's enough of them that adding this talent makes it actually worth it to always have that on. Which is which is cool, I think. That is the case. I mean, like the fact that if you're at full health, it goes to an injured party or raid member is awesome. And you gain a combo point. So like your GCD is not wasted on not generating combo points. And then we have Bloodseeker Vines and Symbiotic Blooms last 2 additional seconds. When a target afflicted by Bloodseeker Vines dies, the vines jump to a valid nearby target for the remaining. Okay, yep, so you take that one for sure. But what's Root Network? Each active Bloodseeker Vine increases the damage your abilities deal by 2%. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like you take Resilient Flourishing. Because Root Network, you'd want multiple active, right? And they're just proccing off of your bites. But the thing for me is that multiple instances of these can overlap. So it's not like once you proc Bloodseeker Vines on the target you're biting, you now have to switch targets to try and proc another one. Like, you just keep attacking the same target because it overlaps. If you had to do that and you had to swap targets, then each active one, it's pretty good. I don't know. This is just a potential. Both of these are just straight up DPS increases. Obviously, for a single target, you're going to take this. And for AoE, you're going to take that. Obviously, for a single target. All right, so what's our last one? When Bloodseeker Vines or Symbiotic Blooms grow, they have a 20% chance to cause another growth of the same type to immediately grow on a valid nearby target. Or when you gain or lose Tiger's Fury, your next single target melee ability causes a Bloodseeker Vine to grow on the target for 4 seconds. That's interesting. Implant's really interesting, actually. Because that makes it so you want to lose Tiger's Fury completely. And so, like, refreshing it early is bad. Like, really, really bad. Like, even like a second early. Like, you want it to fall off. But then it grows one for 4 seconds. But they would last 6 if you have that. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that Wild Stalker is going to be the way that I go. That's just passive, right? Same with this. Same with this. This kind of changes things. This definitely changes things. Hmm. Interesting. So the choice nodes are, I mean, it's just an obvious flower walk. I feel like nobody's going to take Entangling Vortex. Either one of these is fine. I think probably Bond with Nature will just be better, though. 25% is a lot, though. But aren't you going to want to be casting? Hmm. So I guess what you're going to want to do is you're probably going to be keeping regrowth up on everybody that you can. Which is interesting. Like if you're in a dungeon, like you're probably going to cast at least one regrowth on everybody. I mean, the heat, the hot afterwards is not super long, but the more of those you have going, which don't stack, the more chance you have um, to cause a symbiotic bloom to grow, which heals them over 6 seconds. And then when that expires, it heals everybody or 3 nearby people. And so that's where root network could potentially be good. If you're like really focused on keeping the regrowth up on everybody. Then in a dungeon, like you have 5, so it's like 10%. Obviously for a feral, though, you're really hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is the move here. Flower walk, bond with nature, resilient flourishing, and twin sprouts. And just reset it. We're gonna and then let's do all this stuff. These are like all easy choices. I feel like you have to have improved bark skin because of flower walk. Like that's huge. Dude, is Wowhead trolling me right now? Or is it actually live? Dude, Wowhead. What the hell, man? You can't do that. They have this countdown. And they just let it expire. Oh, it's live, guys. Oh. Oh, man. Yeah, that is a good point. Icy Pain's Guide. I hate that it's true, but it is a good point. I really hate that it's true. That actually just sucks. Yeah, so increasing the effectiveness of your periodic effects on them by 25%. You're probably just gonna want adaptive swarm like all the time now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's gonna suck. That right there. Okay, but more importantly, did they fix it yet or not? Not the patch, but Wowhead. Yeah, Wowhead, what the hell? It is not. You've lied. It's because they had a countdown going. They literally just let the countdown expire. You guys are supposed to be on top of this shit. Man, 30 days till the war within is crazy. But yeah, this is what I'm looking forward to the least. Very much so not looking forward to this. Defensive options are nowhere near equal between the two hero trees, which may limit flexibility in some high-end content. I mean, yeah, the Druid of the Claw gives you a bunch more defensive options, but like, you don't need them. So yeah, high-end content. When the hell has Feral ever been in high-end content? That is good. Damn. Clear casting aura added to personal resource bar. Nice. Thrashing Claws now requires players to know Thrash in order to apply the bleed. There's no way this was a thing for that long. There's no way. This is that real? Holy shit. So you're telling me you could take Thrashing Claws. Shred deals 5% increased damage against bleeding targets, and Shred and Brutal slash Swipe apply the bleed damage over time from Thrash. So before it just said apply the damage over time from Thrash. So you could literally not take Thrash. You could just not take Thrash. And then you still get the bleed from it. That's what I gather from this. Thrashing Claws now requires players to know Thrash in order to apply the bleed from Thrash. That's crazy. That's crazy that was a thing. And that I didn't know about it. Yeah, dire fixation, protective growth, relentless predator, tear open wounds. Well, that's enough looking at talent changes because the patch isn't live. I don't really think there's much else that I could take a look at. Let me get the wait a second. I lied. As I said that, literally this. The problems with the Druid class talent tree and the war with it. Um, Current state of the Druid class tree has been quite a hot topic amongst all Druid specs, with nobody really being happy. Yeah, it. Oh, I thought that they're talking about this is beta news. Okay, so even then, they're not happy with the one in the beta, which is the updated one. I think it's a lot better, minus the fact that Astral Influence doesn't work or is nothing anymore. Vastly different specializations are getting squashed into the same tree. Very little iteration or changes made through both Dragonflight and heading into the War Within. Glaring shared issues. Forced pathing through talents that have no benefit to your specialization. True. True. I am not going to use Rejuvenation ever. We won't use it. So why do I have to put a point in it? And then, conversely, if you go this way, I'm never going to use Starfire or Sunfire. Incredibly weak point-by-point nodes comparatively to other specs. I mean, they've made them better, right? The fact that Feline Swiftness used to be a 2-point node is actually insane. Lacking useful utility in competitive defensive nodes. Really? Lacking competitive defensive nodes? I mean, I feel like well-honed instincts is like... And I mean, oak skin seems pretty good. Improved bark. Like, I feel like bark skin and survival instincts are quite fine. Matted fur is also really good. When you use them, you get the absorb shield. We got a flat 4% reduce too, which is now a 1-point node. That's also nice. That used to be a 2-point node. I don't know. I feel like Feral's defensives are fine. Pathing through what should be baseline abilities. True. Why do I have to put a point in Rip? Or Thrash? Or Rake? And why does Moonkin have to put a point in Starfire and Sunfire? And Rejuvenation and Wild Growth. And Frenzied Regen and Iron Fur. These, I mean, they set it up like this. Like, these two should just be baseline, or at least the first one should just be baseline for each of the specs. And then that's, a double problem because it forces you to take some of the other ones' baseline abilities that you're not going to use. Lackluster capstones. Yeah, I mean, the fact that the capstone over here is Nature's Vigil, I mean, I like Nature's Vigil. It helps out healers a lot, but, like, that's our capstone. Like, I gotta put all these points in over here to go down here to get Innervate. I don't really... Not the biggest fan of Innervate. Overall, poor pathing. Whereas going through too many filler nodes to get anything functional for your spec. I mean, that's kind of the same thing with the baseline abilities. I would agree. The fact that you have to, like, put... Oh, I've got to... Damn. Don't have enough points to get Typhoon, but sure glad I can have Rejuve and Wild Growth. Like... Oh, damn, not enough points to get Hibernate. Can't afford improved Stampeding Roar. Sorry, guys. Like, all the utility. Basically, I have to pick, like, one of the utilities. And then down here, like, this is just utility, really. Especially innervate. Pathing problems. Innervate, for example, is a key piece of utility for raid, right? You start from Feral or Guardian, it's impossible to reach this node without being forced to take multiple talents you won't ever use. True, I did just say that. Every other class in the game can go diagonally across the entire tree from their starting nodes. Can they? Yeah, why aren't there connections here? This should not be hibernate, and there should be connections here. This improved bark skin should be here. And it should connect to these. Pathing down the tree often ends with you taking a whole bunch of abilities and never or rarely used, which feels terrible. The entire middle section of tree flows very poorly. Instead of tailoring your utility to the situation, you think you're forced to pick up often useless nodes like Soothe, Cyclone, and Ursul's Vortex, just to get mandatory stat nodes that are similarly uninteresting, but at least grant some benefit. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to use Soothe, why do you have Soothe? You're not going to use Ursul's Vortex, why do you have Ursul's Vortex? Druid has enough buttons. I'd like to be able to get rid of a couple of them. Pathing's made even harder because so many of the dead ends in the talent tree, excluding the absolute bottom talent of our tree where you obviously can't continue. Not yet. The Druid class tree has 9 dead end nodes. Yeah. That's pretty shit, isn't it? That is pretty bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's 9? 9. Yeah, that's stupid. Why is Hibernate even a dead end node? More dead ends than every other talent tree in the game put together. Holy shit. You know, I'm starting to realize that it might be worse than I originally thought. It might be a bit worse than I originally thought. Yeah, for real. It might be like that sentence. 9 dead end nodes. This is more dead end nodes than every other talent tree in the game put together. Brother. Are we cooked? I think we're cooked. Pretty sure that means that we are cooked. Blizzard has rightly or wrongly been somewhat at war with hybrid healing. At times in the past where it felt good to press healing buttons, or at least meaningful. This hasn't been the case for the entirety of Dragonflight. So the Restoration section and Heart of the Wild feel particularly insignificant to the other 3 specs. Oh, Heart of the Wild. Yeah, I thought it was Nature's Ritual. Yeah, Heart of the Wild sucks. I don't know why you'd ever run Heart of the Wild. Big abilities that are shared between specs like Convoke and Incarn are in our spec trees instead of being on our shared tree. You know, yeah, what the hell? This is pretty bad. I shouldn't have been reading this because now I'm gonna be upset about this. Like why is Adaptive Swarm on my spec tree? Why is Convoke on my spec tree? Those should be over here. Multiple specs use them. As a druid, you must choose to go through multiple talents that do not add any benefit to you in the slightest. Having to go through talents such as Instincts of the Claw is a balanced druid just to get one crumb of defensive benefit and well-honed instincts. Yeah, I mean, balanced druid's got to go all the way down here, and feral druid's got to go all the way down here. And that's a problem. There's no way down. There's no way down there. What they should do, potentially, is like a backwards arrow or something that like loops around after you know get the talent points to get down there. As a feral druid, you already have to pay the tax of going through rejuve, remove corruption, and nurturing instincts just to get essential talents like renewal, arising light, falling night. And you have to pay a further 2 points of talent tax to get through lower the grove to finally reach utility that groups will often expect you to have, such as Innervate and Nature's Vigil. Yes, exactly. Being double or triple taxed for having 4 specs in our non-functional tree. Abilities that do not offer you any benefit should not exist in a shared tree. Technology to change what a talent does based on your spec exists and is used in multiple other class trees. Druid is the class that needs it the most, and we have none of it. This is nonsensical and a significant issue in our tree. The Druid class tree overall is heavily lacking any excitement. Pretty much just pick from a tree of passives plus base abilities and extremely niche utility. Where has the fastest, or what am I talking about? Where's the fantasy of shapeshifting gone? With the removal of things like Moonkin form from the tree, each build gets further and further from what a druid should be. I guess. But, I mean, that's why they added this, right? Fluid form. I guess it's not as great when Heart of the Wild still sucks. I guess it's only really good for defensive, like swapping into bear form from cat form, or from Moonkin. Defensive choice, something that druid class tree struggles with significantly. Specific issues plague restoration, balance, and feral the most. Still affect guardian. Looking into other classes, almost all classes get full access to defensive nodes with 0 pathing restrictions, with the state of World of Warcraft heavily encouraging strong defensive play. This pushes players into required defensive node selection. Yeah. Yeah, the survival nodes are crazy. Like, the fact that you, like, it's hard to get improved bark skin if you want oak skin and Nature's Vigil is dumb. Strength of defensive kit is also a major concern for druid. All the defensive values being pushed into bear form, specifically speaking for non-tank druids. Hunter and Druid have been at the bottom of death statistics for all 3 raids of Dragonflight. Really? Huh. An extreme reliance on pressing bear form or dying. Yep. Ursine Vigor. Kara's teachings, Ursoc Spirit Frenzy regen all of bear form requirement. Losing all your DPS and healing to shift into bear form should be a large payoff, not something actively incorporated into our defensive / mitigation design. True. Small, medium, or large hits all result in us being forced into bear form. Players are not perfectly in sync with tankiness, so being so reliant on bear form, they're dying a lot. In terms of passive tankiness, the class is some of the worst nodes in the game. Right now, we have the lowest HP pool in the game, some of the lowest passive mitigation, and some of the lowest self-sustain in the game. Really? Lower passive HPS than Rogue? Really? I don't know, it doesn't feel like that to me, but I mean, they want you to feel you're picking and choosing the powers of other special editions as you customize your druid. But you have interesting decisions to make at every gate, no matter your spec. What content you're doing. It's simply not the case. Being forced to put 2 points into Starfire and Sunfire or Rejuve and Wild Growth in order to get functionally mandatory talents like Rising Light, Falling Night, a DPS talent, doesn't feel like I'm picking powers of other special editions because these buttons aren't things I'll ever press. You may think, no, that may be true for Starfire or Sunfire, but surely healing spells are useful. No, you don't. Problem is that pressing Rejuve as DPS heals for less than 1% of my health per tick. I mean, you just do your instacast regrowth instead. 2 globals every 12 seconds. It's never a situation where the correct decision is to press rejuvenation or wild growth. Right. Instincts of the Claw and Lore of the Grove are worse. Raw DPS talents, so mandatory for the relative specs. Do nothing for the other 2 specs per talent. Yeah, why are they all the way down here? Why are they all the way down here? Should be like here. And maybe if you put those, oh god, maybe if you put those there, and then add some more ways across the tree, then you wouldn't have to go up here at all. There aren't really any talents in the tree that I feel great about picking. Comparing it to the Feral Tree, picking a talent like Berserk feels great. Convoke, Feral Frenzy, Apex Predator's Craving are talents that are meaningful additions to your kit. Yeah. There isn't really anything in the Guardian class tree that fits that bill. The closest might be Wild Charge. And talents like Heart of the Wild should be that talent. And they're somewhat for a spec like Resto, but for the other 3, it's just so underwhelming for a button that in the past has held key utility and was rotationally defining. Fond memories of the days when I could press Heart of the Wild and Tranquility / Convoke on top of my group, or of times where I could press Heart of the Wild and Hurricane to pump AoE. Yeah, I mean, Heart of the Wild and a Convoke, you know, like as Resto or as Guardian was good, right, in Shadowlands. Heart of the Wild used to be an awesome button, now it's extremely minor. Proposed solutions / wishlist. Final thoughts, picture is crazy. Defensives. Remove the bear form amp nodes in favor of passive HP nodes. Stronger self-healing and self-sustain. Baseline Ysera's gift. Buffed well-honed instincts would be nice. Adding another defensive button to the druid kit. Make it easier for all druids to keep the unique feeling of shape-shifting fantasy alive while allowing the tree to flourish. A better path. Or flourish a path better. For example, balance affinity. And the moon can form. Balance affinity, moon can form, star surge, starfire, sunfire improves. Yeah. This you shouldn't ever have to take these as anything but balance. Feral affinity. Rip. Rake, feline swiftness, maim. Yeah. Guardian affinity, thrash, iron for frenzied regen, thick hide. Restoration, remove corruption, rejuve, wild growth, natural recovery. Yeah, you shouldn't have to take these. Like there's talents from each of these that you might want. Well, I mean for feral, not balance. But like obviously you take thrash and remove corruption and thick hide and potentially natural recovery, not really. I mean, core druid spells and should just be baseline any high level rating environment. Yeah, that is true. That is really true. Like innervate should be that. Like people don't have to put a talent point to lust. Innervate is core druid. New talent trees make these harder and harder to acquire comfortably without sacrificing what little the tree has to offer you personally. And I mean stampeding roar too. Reworking talents that only affect 1 or 2 specs. It should be completely changed to have different effects depending on your spec. Improved rejuve, astral influence, starlight conduit, primal fury, instinct claw. Basically all of the ones that are like down here and are like the dead ends. Yeah, a lot of them are the dead ends. And then these ones that are not dead ends, but yeah. I mentioned this because it was baked into Bear for Guardian, then removed and added as a talent recently. Huh? Really? Yeah, I guess that is true. These proposed changes affect 32 out of 49 talents in our shared class tree. Real defensive nodes, quality of life, bonus druid fantasy, AoE CC utility, potentially strong shared cooldowns like Convoke of Spirits or Incarn. Yeah, no, for real, I don't think that Adaptive Swarm and Convoke should be on the feral tree. Those should be on the class tree. Resto uses both of them. Balance uses Convoke. Like, why isn't Convoke especially, but I also think Adaptive Swarm. Like, if it was a Shadowlands Covenant ability that was used for all 4 specs, it shouldn't be on the spec tree. Druid class tree could use a little love overall. Revamping and rethinking how to correctly mesh the best of 4 great specs into one singular tree. Well, 1 great spec and 3 meh ones. It's not easy and it will take time and iteration to improve, which I'm sure the passionate developers at Blizzard can achieve. Hopefully some of the devs here can spread yeah. That's enough, shamans and hunters. You got 2 weeks. It's enough. True. It is true. They got 2 weeks. It just sucks that it sucks that oh man, some of these, oh geez. Um, Hey, not nice, man. Yeah, I don't know. People complain about Druid being the focus a lot, but it's just sad that the class tree is, despite all of the attention Druid gets, still in shambles. You know? Like this whole area up here is just like, when I look at this area of the tree, it just makes me feel bad, you know? This area just sucks. Let's look at some other class trees. I don't know. Let's look at like Arms Warrior. Look at that. Look at the warrior tree. That is a full-on mesh. You could catch a fish with that thing. Huh? There's literally 3, 4, 5. There's 5. There's 5 spots where 4 nodes are connected to each other. Like in a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all connected. Let's look at another one. Elemental Shaman. What's the new elemental tree, or what's the new shaman tree look like? I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a lot of connectivity there. I think it's just a result of them trying to fit the same formula onto 4 specs that works well for 3. But also, like, we could easily fix this by just connecting this shit. You know? Connect these. Put a connection there. The hell are you doing? Put a connection there. Why? Put one here. And here. And there. And there. Yeah, the 9 dead ends thing is crazy. I'll look at one more. Well, let's look at Devastation Evoker, because I've been playing that in Remix. Less connectivity on this one. But I'm in still. A lot of these are just straight paths down. And then you can branch off of it if you want. Like, it's hard to... There's, like, only... a couple spots where nodes just, like, connect down, you know? Like, we're always branching off to the side. Which is why there's so many dead ends. Oh well. No point in worrying about it. Probably shouldn't have read that article, because, you know, then it's just like, then now I'm going to be thinking about it. But, before I probably just wouldn't have mattered, you know, just like, well, whatever. So it's 8:01. Still have an hour. I'm gonna get up for a second, and then I'm gonna... That's not... Well, it's almost true. This one changed. Back to 40 minutes. Pre-patch in an hour. Hopefully. Please. Alright. There we go. So, until then, I guess, back on Hearthstone. Play some more, play some more of the new expansion. But I am gonna get up for a second. And go get some water and stuff. Pre-patch didn't just happen to drop randomly while it was going for 2 seconds, right? I do think that there's a chance that it goes live before you know, we hit the hour. There is a chance. Oh. The launch rest done. I definitely just got up and came back. As soon as I sat down, I now have to pee. So,
gather round, everyone.
be
The fun's
right
about
back.
to start.
Okay, yeah. Oh. Oh shit. Hold on. Hang on a second. The launcher has an update button on it. The launcher has an update button on it. I'm going to get ready to change the stream title. Let's see. Ooh. The fact that that's taken a minute is a good sign. Damn it. They got me. They fucking got me. I really thought that was it. I do think that it is very possible they go up before we hit the hour. So Alright, we're gonna launch Hearthstone at the same time. And get some games in.
Welcome to paradise. It's your time to unwind.
We'll listen to the menu music. Because that is new. I like it. We're gonna play some Tracy Tree. Perfect. Nub. My fingers were on the wrong area of the keyboard. So we discover our tree boy. Um, cultivate that. Do the obligatory reconnect, just in case. Okay. Let's do that. We do that. Perfect. Oh wait, why did I do that? That was stupid. Just screwing up playing this deck. Takes too much brain power. We're gonna know pretty soon if they're gonna delay it again. Nice Discord update right in the middle there. Oh, I'm almost dead. Cool. Might have been a mistake on his part, honestly. That's 19. It's not enough. It's not enough. I don't know. I think I get the armor. If only I had that. Does this mean I win? did it. Oh my god. Wow. It finally worked. It finally worked. Let's see if this finally works. No. Um. Hmm. Yeah, it's 31. Uh, do we think they'll extend it to 9? I don't know if they've ever done that before. Um. Every time it takes like slightly longer to pull up the realm list. Oh, am I dead? What is this? These elemental mages. Hmm. Just after every turn, I'm just gonna refresh it. Okay, we have 0 cost funnel cake. So we could do this. Oh. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Interesting. This is a very... this game is over. Whatever. This is all we care about. Come on. It's taking it a second. I dead yet? Is this guy messing with me? Yeah, he was. Elemental Mage is insane. It's like all I've gone against. I like this deck a lot, I just can't get it to work exactly how it should. I mean, when we're 20 minutes out, it's just time to refresh every single time. Until this says at approximately 9 p.m. PDT, and then we're done. Then we're giving up. For now. Okay, so I want these later on. I don't want them right away. I should probably keep one though. I don't know. This is the problem. I don't know what to keep and what to throw away. Okay, this is really good. Still says 7. So probably good. I feel like they would have said if they knew that they were gonna extend again. I'm just trying every chance I get. Oh, that's different. What the hell am I doing? I need some card draw in this deck. Damn, I can't get any of my card draw. So that's a different message. And it didn't matter. It's the same. Yeah, I mean, we're 42. They're still saying 7. Okay, yeah, I need to get more cards before I play that. Play my tree man. need more cards. Gonna bank on getting something I can play here. Okay. Not great. That means I'm gonna have to burn something, probably. Which I do not want to do. That's okay, though. We will do that. So we don't burn. Always checking. It's good that it still says 7. It's the time. Okay. I don't really know what to do here. This is not going super great. I think I do that. Oh, wait. Oh, man. The miniaturize. The miniaturize. You know what? You know what? He can have that one, man. Look. 15 minutes. Okay, so it's time to sit on the launcher. Good thing I leveled up from that. Deserved it. Collect my rewards. 300 dragons. Cool. Quit. Here we are. Still says 7. 15 minutes. Ooh. Oh. Man, I'm exhausted from waiting all day. 10 minutes. Ugh. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Where's my warband? Where my warband at? Huh? These 25 characters here. One short of one of every class on each faction. Because I'm gonna make my hunter on the Alliance an earthen. So it's one of each faction, one of each race. With 2 evokers and 2 no, that's just it. Just 2 evokers. Because I sacrificed the extra panda and just swapped him with everything. Okay, come on, man. No way. Oh. Maintenance will need to be extended further. Oh, good lord. Well. Rip. Rest in peace. Does this say it yet? That doesn't say it yet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, Blizzard. You got me. I give up waiting. That is crazy. 9 p.m. Pacific time. Well, rip. I'm probably gonna get on when the servers go up in 2 hours, most likely. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it'll be delayed till next week. And I'm probably not gonna stream it. So. Well, this was fun. Well, this was fun. There you go. Says it all. Free patch next week. Just 2 more hours, really. But expected this, TBH. But I really thought that last one was going to be it. Few remaining identified issues that the team would like to resolve before players start the warband conversion process. Maintenance will be extended further. New target time is 9 p.m. PDT. Check further updates as they become available. All right.